Hey there, we have a really yummy dessert recipe for you. Lisa's here from Zuppas, fabulous restaurant in Neenah, where not only do they have great soup, save room for dessert.
That's right. Good morning, Amy. Thanks.
Good morning. Great bars and cookies and red velvet cupcakes. But this is by far one of the top sellers.
This is one of our top sellers in the restaurant. They just fly out the door.
I'm so excited about this because my husband Bob and I, this is one of our all-time favorite desserts. And whenever we see this, and I didn't know you guys make them. So now we're going to be road tripping to Neenah to get them.
Good.
A lot of times they're known as magic bars, but they're sometimes called seven-layer bars too.
That's right.
So either one, it all works, and they're delicious. And it's I didn't realize it was that easy. Maybe I can make them at home.
They're very easy. I always associate these with Christmas. That's when I usually see them. And I started to make them at Christmas time at the restaurant, and it just kind of took off. People just love them, so we have them all the time.
They're so good, and like you say, I didn't know they were available around here, but now I do. So okay, let's start out. Basically, they're a really nice cookie bar, and they've got coconut and nuts and chocolate chips, and they're just really yummy. Okay, so tell me about the crust here.
Okay, first we're going to start out with my favorite pan, which is an 11 by 17 inch pan.
Okay.
And we need to put some butter down first to hold our graham cracker crumbs on.
Okay.
So this is just 1.5 cups of melted butter, and we just want to make sure that this gets evenly distributed. I've melted it already in a measuring cup, but you can also just put the butter on your sheet pan and put it into your 350-degree preheated oven to let it melt also.
Only problem with that is don't walk away and leave it because you don't want to burn it. Yeah,
it'll burn very easy. So this kind of is my preferred method.
Okay, melt the butter in the microwave, pour it into the sheet pan.
Yep, and just kind of make sure it's distributed around so it's in all of the corners.
Great.
And next we're going to put on 4.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. And we just want to make sure that these are evenly distributed, and you can kind of tip your pan a little bit too to make sure that butter gets distributed around.
Now, not only the 7-layer bar, there's just 7 ingredients.
Exactly.
Which makes it real simple.
Yep, that's why it's called a 7-layer bar. These are really fun to make with kids.
Yum,
because you're just dumping a whole bunch of things together and then sticking it in the oven, and they just taste great.
My kind of recipe.
Them.
I know, it looks like it's a real, I didn't realize how easy these were to make, or I've been making them.
Yeah,
and then you can, nowadays you can just get the pre-crushed graham cracker crumbs right in a box at the grocery store, or if you've got some graham crackers, crush them up in the food processor.
Exactly. For 4.5 cups of graham crackers, if you don't have crumbs, it will take about an entire box of graham crackers. It takes about 27 sheets.
And it looks like you've got them really nice and fine.
Yes, these are crushed very fine. All right, and then we can just kind of spread them out.
And you can use your fingers.
Evenly, yep. Yep, you can, feel free to use your hands and just kind of play with it a little bit.
Yeah, now do you have to bake it now?
Nope, we put everything together and then we bake it all at once.
Liking this recipe even more and more. So we got the graham cracker crust. What's the next layer?
The next layer is sweetened condensed milk.
Okay.
This kind of holds everything together, and we just want to spread this on so that it's in an even coat over the whole crust.
And we've got two 14-ounce cans.
That's correct. 2 14-ounce cans of sweetened condensed milk.
Not the evaporated. We want sometimes you get those confused.
Right. If you do have evaporated milk, you can substitute it for sweetened condensed milk. What you would need to do is add 1 1/4 cups of sugar and then heat it so that sugar will dissolve.
Oh, that's a great little tip.
So, and then, that's one way to substitute. So, all right, we'll just kind of spread this on and get it in one nice layer. It kind of pulls up the...
Help you out?
Yeah, it kind of pulls up our graham cracker a little bit.
So it's just kind of sticky and messy, but
it is, but it's fun.
It'll all be good when it bakes in the oven.
So that's right, it'll all come together.
Okay, now for the good stuff.
Okay, the next step is to layer on the rest of our ingredients, which are the semi-sweet chocolate chips. And I've got miniature butterscotch chips here, and I love these because I just think they're adorable.
The cute little miniature ones. But if you didn't have the mini ones, you could just
pick up
use
the regular
ones.
size, correct. And I also have pecans and coconut, and we have about 1.5 cups of the pecans and coconut and about 2.5 cups of the chips. Now, some recipes that you read, they have you layer each one on individually. I found for the restaurant that sometimes the coconut falls off and the pecans fall off, and people are going to be taking these with them, and I want everything to stay together.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is mix all of the topping ingredients together and then put them on.
I'm with you, if you say so. So we've got the semi-sweet chips here.
Yes.
Then the butterscotch chips. Pecans, that's why my husband Bob loves them. He loves pecans, and I like the coconut.
Yes.
Because I don't eat a lot of coconut, and I just love it so much.
And you can have fun with this recipe, too. You can add different types of nuts, depending on what you have.
Sure.
You could put M&Ms in with it.
Oh, that'd be fun.
You could add all different kinds of things.
Peanut butter chips, if you're...
Exactly, yes. Yep, you could even use a chocolate crumb, cookie crumb crust. I've had to do that on occasion in desperation. So, and just kind of change them up a little bit and have fun with it. That's one of the things I like to do, is just try to take recipes and alter them and make them a little
Great
different.
idea. All right, so basically we're just kind of tossing this
So,
together.
yep, and then it can just be distributed over the top.
Oh man, this is easy.
So, yeah, they're very simple. I think
is
it's
gonna
kind
make-
of ironic that our best-selling dessert is the easiest one that I
Yeah,
make.
isn't that funny? That's usually how it is.
So-
And great for bake sales.
Yes,
And, you know,
yes.
makes a big batch.
And this is a fairly big batch. They do freeze really well.
Okay, that's good
So,
to know.
yes, you can put these in the freezer and then take them out at another time to have for bake sales or for
Yum.
company.
Oh, they get gobbled up in my house. They
Yeah.
wouldn't make the freezer. Now tell me about oven temperature.
350-degree oven.
Okay.
And it cooks for about 25 minutes.
Okay, so you don't want to burn it or brown it or anything
No.
like that. Really keep an eye on it.
Yes.
It's not gonna, you know, it all gets together, but you're not gonna see that, you know, brown.
Correct.
You know? So pull it
Yeah.
out before that, and it continues to bake.
It does.
You know, when you pull it out.
It does. And you will notice that your sweetened condensed milk might bubble up a little bit
Okay.
from the bottom. And you might see little pools of it on top, but that's okay.
It'll all taste
Oh,
wonderful.
yep.
So 25 minutes into the oven. We've
Correct.
got one right here.
Oh, yes, we
Dying to
have one in the
a bite
oven.
of one of these.
So yeah, they'll just turn kind of a nice brown on top.
This looks perfect. It's heavy. It's a heavy pan because there's
Yes, it's
a big
very
old
heavy.
batch here. Now these are kind of warm, so you suggest slicing them when they're cool, but
Yes.
I think I could talk you into slicing the other
Yes,
one.
we'll
What do you think?
definitely slice some.
Okay.
So, now one of the tricks that I use at the restaurant in order to make things look uniform and for everything to look perfect is I take a little bit off of the edge.
And then
About
let me get you a plate for
oh,
that.
sure.
That will be we will be eating that up.
Yes. A lot of the times my coworkers will eat these or take them home and give them to their families. So, but
It's all good.
Yep, I'm looking for presentation. So
Right.
basically I like to cut that edge off and then we can just cut them into bars. And as you can see, they're a little gooey when they're hot. So
I
they
like
cut a
them like
lot
that.
nicer when
Yeah.
they're cool.
Right.
But we can do it any
Can
way
you cut
we
me a
want.
little bar?
You bet.
Whoa, I'm just dying. Lisa, thank you so much for sharing this recipe.
You're welcome.
So appreciated. I've been looking for this for years, and if you don't feel like making it, ooh, it is gooey and wonderful. That's how I like it. If you don't feel like making it, always on the menu at Zuppas.
Always.
Every day.
Every
so
day.
stop in for a bowl of soup and pick up one of these bars, or one of their lemon bars, or one of their red velvet cupcakes. Yum. They're all good.